right. Good night, everyone.
Now, from New Orleans' most watched news, Fox 8 Local First starts now.
Good evening, I'm Lee Zurik.
And I'm Meg Gatto. The Saints will hit primetime 3 times this season, highlighted by a Thursday night welcome back to NOLA matchup against Sean Payton and his Denver Broncos.
Juan Kincaid joins us with more on the newly released NFL schedule.
Yeah, Peyton and his Broncos will be here October 17th, which is week 7. But before that game gets here, the Saints will have a tough stretch starting off, opening at home against Carolina on September 8th, and then facing a gauntlet of really good teams in big games against the Cowboys, Eagles, Falcons, Chiefs, and Bucks. On our latest edition of the Fox 8 Overtime podcast, Sean Vazant tells us why winning Game 1 against the Panthers is crucial for the Black and Gold.
I think for the Saints to have what they would view as a successful season, which is getting back into the postseason, a couple of things have to happen. I think they have to at least go 4-2 in the NFC South. Yeah. So if you can sweep Carolina and split the other two, you would get to 4-2. I don't think they can overcome a 1-5 hole. I think they got to be at least 2-2 after the first 4 games, and by the midweek, by the midseason-ish, the 8-game mark, I think you got to be around 4-4 to give yourself that opportunity to kind of bounce back on the back half and hopefully finish out the season strong.
And along with the Broncos, the other 2 primetime games for the Saints will be Week 5 at Kansas City and Week 16 in Green Bay. Lee?
All right, Juan, at LSU, his relentless, in-your-face playing style garnered one New Orleans native the legendary nickname the Honey Badger.
Limitations, right? You can only be so many things, right? And man, anytime I stepped on that field and I put that helmet on, right, like I could be anything I want to be in the world.
His road to LSU in the NFL was filled with New Orleans-sized potholes, but Tyrann Mathieu survived and flourished. His story coming up tomorrow night on Fox 8 News at 10. Today we've learned Louisiana will have 2 majority black districts for the November elections.
That's based on an order from the U.S. Supreme Court saying to use the map drawn up by lawmakers in January. Lauren McCoy is in the newsroom with what this means for the upcoming election cycle.
Yeah, that's right, Meg and Lee. It's a Supreme Court order that could affect the entire nation come November. It could increase the chances of Democrats gaining control of the U.S. House of Representatives. It also comes on the same day Secretary of State Nancy Landry said her office needs to have a map in order to properly conduct the upcoming election. This newer map runs from Gatto Parish in the north of the state all the way down to East Baton Rouge Parish. Dillard University political analyst Dr. Robert Collins tells us a move like this from the Supreme Court is rare.
Emergency stays are sort of like Hail Mary passes. Most of the time they fail.